All right, folks, Yishai Fleischer here. Once again, the anti-Israel, pro-jihad, pro-so-called Palestine folks are using a disaster to push their agenda, right? The big disaster right now is the LA fires. And of course, they're saying this is what you get when you don't pay attention to Gaza. You deserve it. Or other conspiracy theories, how Jews are doing this, all kinds of stuff out there in order to use somebody else's crisis to push their agenda. Liv Layne is a young, awesome, conservative, not Jewish, pro Israel Instagrammer, and she had excellent commentary on what's happening in the anti Israel crowd vis a vis the LA fires. Let's take a look.
I know that I should know better, but truly, every time I think to myself, surely they're not going to blame the Jewish community for this one, right? They always prove me wrong. So in case you haven't heard, this just in, the Jewish community is now responsible for the LA wildfires. Oh, sorry, did I say Jewish? I meant to say Zionist. The reality is, though, we don't even need to talk about the conspiracy theories. It should come as a surprise to no one that the Hollywood elite have actively been supporting pro-Palestinian movements. People like Mark Ruffalo and Dua Lipa, many other famous Hollywood actors have been very outspoken in their support of the pro-Palestinian movement. Even just as recently within the last few weeks, wearing linchpins to the Golden Globes. And of course, the pro-Palestinian movements have been very, very thankful for all of these very well-known celebrities, not only donating their money, but donating their time to supporting the Palestinian movement. Right? No, actually, they're cheering as their homes burn to the ground. This is what happens when an entire movement is based off of destruction. They cheered when homes were burned to the ground on October 7th, so it should come as no surprise to you that they would cheer when your homes burn down too. And actually, they would much prefer that you be in them. The reality is the pro-Palestinian movement in the United States is not just about the total elimination of Israel. It is also about completely dismantling the West. A movement that is based on destruction, at the end of the day, will cannibalize itself to continue to exist, which is exactly what it's doing right now. Meanwhile, though, as a surprise to literally no one, the Jewish community and Israeli NGOs have wildly stepped up to help victims of the LA wildfires. The pro-Palestinian movement has deluded themselves into thinking that somehow the only houses that are burning down belong to the Hollywood elite, which means they've either never been to LA before a day in their lives, or they're incapable of thinking of anything outside of their framework. It's probably both. But if you have one group cheering for more death and more destruction on one hand, and on the other hand, you have a group who is working tirelessly to help the victims of the LA wildfires, I feel like that should tell you all you need to know.
All right, so great commentary from Liv. And in general, I want to say that she's right when she says that the pro-jihad, pro-so-called Palestine folks are destructive in their nature. They want to see the destruction of Israel. That's what Hamas is. It's an organization that wants to destroy Israel. That's what it lives for. And so now they're taking this LA fire thing, and the first thing they want to say is, you see, it's because you're not paying attention to what's happening in Gaza. This was what's happening in Gaza. Well, it's a lot more like what happened on October the 7th, which is an evil fire came out of Gaza and burnt the communities around the Gaza Strip in Israel. The jihad wants destruction in Israel. It wants just destruction in the West. It also wants it in the East. Right? The jihad is not just anti-Western. They clobber, first and foremost, their own. They subjugate their own people. That's what they do in Gaza. They brainwash. They turn children into jihadists. They're corrupt. They steal. Their leadership lives in fancy hotels while the citizenry suffers and the fighters are down below safely. It's a cynical organization. And the cynical usage of the LA fires for Gazan consciousness is just that. It's cynical. The final tactic is that they want you to make a logical leap between an awful crisis, an awful catastrophe, and Israel. They want to darken the name of Israel. LA fires equals Israel, equals Gaza. They want you to make that connection. They want to create a bitterness, a darkness, a fear when it comes to Israel. And so we gotta fight that. We gotta fight their darkness. They want to create a kind of a veil over this world of fear, of submission, They are against freedom. They're against light. They're really against God's. They're really against God's gift to this world, which is the gift of freedom, the gift of individual thinking. They want to get rid of that. They want to get rid of America. They want to get rid of Israel. And when they say free Palestine, they mean I want to create a jihadist submission society right where I stand right now, wherever that is. To them, these are just opportunities. To them, destruction, crisis, calamity is just an opportunity to spread their darkness and fear. We won't let them. We won't let them because we're going to stay positive. We're going to stay bright. We're gonna fix the problems in the land of Israel. We're going to liberate Gaza one day soon and make it into the beautiful beachfront property that could be. We can rebuild Los Angeles and make it a values-driven society that spreads through Hollywood love of God and love of knowledge and love of freedom and not just darkness and the baser instincts. It's possible. We have to allow ourselves to think good thoughts, big thoughts, godly thoughts. That's the opportunity that crisis brings to it. Not jihad, liberty, freedom, godly thoughts, big thoughts, and of course, joy and happiness in the service of God. God bless you, folks, wherever you are. Don't forget to support what we do. Check out fightforisrael.org and our awesome projects to beautify the land of Israel, to spread Torah throughout the world, to teach about the Abrahamic faith, the biblical highway, which is this amazing highway here in the land of Israel. We're taking things and making them lit up with God's glory, with heritage, with the past as a guide to the future, with prosperity for regional partners who want to work with Israel to build up this region and make the Abrahamic region flourish and make it a heritage site for the whole world. God bless you, folks, wherever you are. Stay tuned, stay strong, stay connected, stay part of the story. Lots of love and lots of blessings from the land of blessings, and shalom.